All right, we are back. We are back, and we are live. So, how's everybody doing? Today we're gonna continue working on this SaaS. This idea has really flourished, man. Really flourished, and it's kind of make me thought of a great scope of different SaaS to come up with. All right, so we want to come up with a software as a service. And preferably you want something that you can charge monthly, right? And what I tell everybody, right, since this is my first one, of course, you want something that's useful to yourself, right? And you definitely want something useful to the market. So you got to do some type of market research, something that's out there, find some pain points, right? And it doesn't take many subscribers, right, to really have a successful company, right? So definitely be sure to stay tuned. You could definitely be sure to join the email list as well, iQuantumDigital, where we're pretty much keeping you updated on everything we do. We're keeping you updated on AI tools as well. We're going to be working on that today as well, putting out a pretty much like a database for you all. Pretty much a hub, right? A hub of tools, completely for free. But while we were building out this email system here, right, completely self-hosted, it's no monthly subscriptions, nothing you have to pay per month. We actually said, man, once we've got the parts moving and working, man, I said, man, wait a minute, this looks like something that we could turn into a completely SaaS. And to be completely honest, AI told me, right? I was in the middle of building. It was like, man, you keep this up and the parts that you're putting in here, right? Because we ended up yesterday working on a dashboard, right? Whole dashboard for the back end for our email, right? To where we can manage the subscribers, we can manage the actual sequences that we have, and everything is automatically being sent out. There's no monthly fees at all, okay? And I can do an unlimited amount of leads, right? So that's where this is becoming powerful, right? Definitely stay tuned, man, because literally as I learn, I teach, and I teach and I learn, and it's pretty much kind of reinforcing everything, right? So this is the SaaS that we have been building out. We just got the main page up yesterday. And I said, damn, this is really getting super cool, man. Right? It really is. So we're gonna be working on that today. I want to actually work on a few different things actually, but I want to get the logins and things like that working. We all, of course, have some um, template pricing plans, of course, and this is gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. So I'm gonna take a short break just before we get started and really start rolling. Definitely be tuned in. Short break here just so we can get everything set up and start moving forward here. All right. So we are going to be building out. I really want to go ahead and get into building the actual database here for the tools, man, because that's gonna be a pretty cool part, right? To where when you come on here, there'll be pretty much all the tools here, right? You'll have all the tools needed. I'll be releasing different tools and SaaS as well, but this is pretty much the home page. And then I'm thinking of putting like a free course together, of course, as well, of just things that I'm learning, and then I'll be continuously updating it, right? So definitely be sure to get set up here. Let's go ahead and get started though. I want to see today, like I mentioned, I had a few bugs here with the actual SaaS login. Of course, we just got the main, kind of like a mainframe, just like a skeleton, I would say, of the actual SaaS so far set up, right? So what we're needing to do is actually put the whole thing together. I want to get a basic version of it running. That's really what I want to do, is get a basic running operation to where the logins are working, right? Because these will pretty much be going login and into the app portion, right? So let's definitely check that out. Let's make sure. But so far, man, it's pretty much it's live. It is live. There's a few security things we need to set up as well. The SSL certificate. We did set that up a few days ago on the main hub site, right? But this is for pretty much anybody that wants to start learning AI, right? Because as I'm learning, I'm like, man, this is so much stuff that we could do. I could put together a hub pretty much, right? So this hub will be pretty much everything I learned. And of course you could join the subscription list, and then I'll be sending out discounts and things like that to pretty much any of the SaaS that we find and or develop. Right? Definitely a super project, man. Something major. Something major. Alright, so definitely be sure to get subscribed here. iQuantumDigital.com. Alright, so I believe the login is not actually working at the moment here. This is the portion we needed to fix here. Right. Now I did have I had like a test pretty much. It was just making sure that I could sign into the database, that everything is actually doing right basically. Alright, and it was telling me, because at first I had the wrong username here. I had the wrong database username. We fixed that, and then we pretty much just did a test basically. Kind of just a simple script making sure that the database was logging in. Alright, so from that, we want to start connecting the two sites really. Alright. We want to definitely start connecting these different pieces here. So we got the index page, we have the main home page, and then we're going to be putting out I want to hurry up and get to like I said, the tools, but I kind of want to finish this portion first. So let's see, let me get our handy dandy ChatGPT up here. Because of course, ChatGPT, man, if you're not using any of these AIs, man, you should be. Alright, because AI is definitely helping. It's really speeding up what you have the capabilities of doing, right? Drastically. Like right now with these different tools, man, I mean, now you could hook them up to different MCPs, or you know, have them basically giving them functionality, where the instructions from the AI basically now it has moving parts. Now it's like giving it arms and legs now, man, which is crazy. Some people are scared of it. Some people are like, damn. Alright, so while we get the AI here set up, what I started noticing as well with ChatGPT in particular, I'm sure a lot of them are kind of like that, but since we've been using ChatGPT for this complete series and project, I started noticing that the longer the threads get, right, if it's, especially once it's putting out thousands and thousands of lines of code, right? So in one thread may have 10, 20, 30,000 lines of code by the time I'm finished. And I start noticing that, man, look at this. It starts loading awfully slow, right? Just a thread, right? So look, especially when we go to a new thread, the new thread will start working immediately, right? But you start going into these older threads where it's 30, 40, some of these bad boys, I have tons of lines of code, and I start noticing, hey man, this thing is running super slow. And I have a pretty fast computer, right? Everything else works, right? Look, it's just a thread. And it's just this thread. I can pull up another thread. So that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. I'm probably gonna get everything shifted over into a new thread. I kind of pretty much hate doing that in a sense because it loses the context, right? You're building a history, you're building context on exactly what you've been working on, right? See, this thread still hasn't loaded. Alright, so this is pretty much everything we've been working on so far. We pretty much started this project on, I really started it on the 6th, right? And since the 6th, right, it's the 8th right now, we've come up with some super SaaS already, some super software already, man, which is crazy, right? It started off just building out the hub page, right? This is the community site, right? This is where you could pretty much get involved in everything, right? iQuantumDigital, and it's completely free. So we built out the entire email system here, right? This is fully from scratch for free. It does all the automation. And then yesterday we actually built the back end of that, right? And then as I start building out this back end, man, and putting in the tracking codes and links and things like that, we built out our own email tracking. I'm gonna just show you. I mean, because it's really phenomenal what you could do in a matter of a few days. This type of stuff used to take weeks and months, right? And you used to have you had to have a whole team, right? But now if you learn a few of the parts, right, you can pretty much come up with anything you need, right? So right now we just have 7 subscribers into the list since we've started here, right? All through iQuantum. Now what this does, right? We track subscribers, we can manage our subscribers, okay? And then yesterday we put into where we could pretty much create our email sequence. Right, and this is just a skeleton look. Now I want to actually change this around actually, but the most important part is that it's functioning. Right, this completely works. All of the emails that's being sent through our system, they're landing in the inbox. Right, they're literally landing in the inbox. And I've showed you over the past 2 days how to build your own, or right, I'll be actually making this into a complete SaaS, right? So this will be actually a complete software where that's where the iQuantum leads comes in, right? So we started building this one yesterday. All right. So yesterday we've already started putting out a framework basically that allow us to start having other users come in, use their own domains, right? And they'll be able to set their own DKIMs and STPs and things like that, SMTPs, everything set up, right, for their own domain, and they'll be able to send out emails using our code, right? Big realization is that I start noticing everything is code, right? Everything is code, man. So we're gonna be continuing this out here. It's a few things I need to get fixed here and linked together, right? But right now it's just the face right now. It's just the face. And we're gonna be pretty much starting to put arms and legs on this thing. I think it's gonna be a fun project today, right? And then at night when I come in, if I come in at night, it's usually just for me to literally just coding. So I kind of have a day session where I'm talking, right? And I'm talking you through what I'm doing and things like that. And then at night, I'm just pretty much vibe coding, literally. I'm jamming away, and I'm just literally putting this thing together, and you can watch behind the scenes. As you can see, this is definitely a brand new site here, iQuantumDigital. Hasn't even been indexed yet, right? But we're going to be working on that as well. I may show that as well, how to get everything indexed. I mean, and get your search console installed. That should be fun as well. But what I start noticing, a lot of the coding is boring, man. It really is. Even for me, right? And I'm putting it together, but I'm like, hey man, if you could set yourself up a system, a quality system that actually works, right? And you don't have to pay $100, $200 a month for, and in fact you can sell it, then that'll blow your damn mind, right? All right, so we're now seeing the issues that we're having here. We had the database logging in. We're gonna be fixing this, right? And the then we had the login PHP file. It's giving us these errors here, right? And it's telling us exactly where they're happening. So we're gonna get that fixed. Alright, so let's see here. So we're very close. The DB is working now. The new error means admin login is trying to call user, but the current does not contain that function yet. Alright, so we're gonna have to replace the auth file. And then like I said, since we're really setting this thing up to where we can start taking in users. Right. Then we'll be setting up the payment as well through Stripe, and that'll be a whole nother thing once you actually start setting up your payment system. Alright, so we're pretty much going to start getting this copied and pasted over here. Okay, so replace this file. I'm gonna go ahead and replace that now. Let's go ahead and make sure we're logged into our server, and all of our hosting actually is through Namecheap. Namecheap, man, that's one of the best that I've used. Yeah, it's very low pricing. But what they give you, especially if you're starting out, right, they give you a hell of a deal, man. I mean, it's a pretty it's a hands down great deal, honestly. Alright, so what I'm doing now here, I'm pretty much just since I'm working on multiple monitors, I start having so many different screens up, man. Right. I wonder who else is like that. I'll end up having like 15, 20 tabs open sometime, and it seems like all of them are important. I'm like, let me close this one. And then I'll look at it, I'm like, man, damn, that's some important stuff on this tab. I definitely need to come back to it. Alright, so they kind of help me just stay, you know, in a sense organized in a way, but then I end up being like, damn, I have 10 tabs open. Alright, so what we're doing now, we're replacing our auth file. And this is inside of the actual SaaS. So that's for iQuantum leads. Alright. iQuantum leads. Yeah, we're literally just in our name sheet. Alright, we're literally just going to be going in here. See if I can put this up here right. Alright. Okay, so we want to actually go into the application site, right? What I want to do, let me move this over here. Okay. And let's see what we had here. Alright. Alright, so we're going to be replacing the authentication portion here. I was getting to where there was a function that was being called that I don't actually have inside of the authentication. And what I'm gonna have to do as well is start a different thread, because these threads, I start noticing they start lagging once you start having so much in there. Right? It's like it's processing so much in memory. Alright, so our authentication file here, that should be in the includes folder. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to be just simply replacing this here. See if we can get these moving parts here fixed. We should be able to here. Yeah, once we get them fixed, what I start, for me myself actually, I actually like to, I'm kind of like a big picture thinker, right? I kind of see a bigger picture, and then, so as far as like syntax and things like that, I know some of the syntax, but what I know more of is what a bunch of these different parts do, right? And that's helped me build systems, right? So I was getting bogged down in the actual syntax, literally, right? Until I said, man, ChatGPT and all of these AIs, they know the perfect syntax, right? And then where you have to know is where to pretty much debug, right? Or if things like this, for instance, this error, when things aren't matching, what are you changing, right? What I know of is actually what parts are doing what, so I could kind of feed those parts back into AI and tell it, hey, these parts aren't working, and it'll fix it. It's like the perfect debugger, man. Like literally, it's literally the perfect debugger. Yeah, which is crazy. It's really crazy, actually. It's really, really crazy, and it's just gonna get better, really. Alright, so let's edit this file here. Did we copy this? Okay. There's probably a few other things I need to replace, but like I said, we're trying to get this first part of the website actually functioning. Because we already know the emails and things like that, the main part of the system is working. That's a fact. Alright? That is a fact. Alright, so I want to get this and actually, and that's the index file. We don't need that. And what we need is the, here we go. I need this file. And like I mentioned, it's all through cPanel. all of it. We get an unlimited amount of domains you could add here. Unlimited amount. That's right. Alright, so why this happens here, because you copied the old app folder with iQuantumDigital. Your current auth is probably like the older version that uses something like this. But your new SaaS login page expects this. Alright, so now we're changing up what we need here. And now let's refresh our login. Alright, this is the app login. Okay. Now we should be working. Let me make sure we save that file. And if I can get back here, here we go. Alright, let's keep our fingers crossed. This is the moment of truth here. There it is. There it is, man. Alright, we're getting so close here, man. Then of course we can come back to the home page, which is perfect. So also what I'm gonna do is have these logins to actually go pretty much to the SaaS login, right? Which is also being hosted on the subdomain, right? So we'll have the root domain. The main domain will be responsible for the whole SaaS functionality as far as the sign-ups, the blogs, right? Things like that. But then when it comes to actual functioning, we've put everything on a root domain, right? So and this is perfect here, man. Let's try one other thing here. I want to make sure our dashboard is working. And then I'll need to actually update. Alright, that's perfect. So the dashboard now we know is pretty much functioning the way we need it to, right? Which is if you're not logged in, it's not going to let you log in. It's going to reroute you. Alright, let's see. Let's go to the next portion here. Let's see if I can pull up the... Man, this is coming together for sure legit. I mean, it's literally already a SaaS. Let me get our passwords that we had here. And this is where my fingers are crossed, because now we need this thing to log in. Oh, shoot, man. Come on. Come on, come on. Oh, my God. It's working, man. It's working. It is working. It's not kind of working. It's fully up now. All right, we can come into the dashboard. You log out. These routes are pretty much set, right? We're just setting up the basic flow of the website, right? The flow of the SaaS. But see how these aren't really going to anything. So I'm gonna change these around, all right? Ah, man, that's perfect, man. I wonder if this is going to it as well. Let me check though. I don't recall I set that up. Yeah, right now it's doing nothing. Yeah, so I don't have these connected right now to nothing. But what is working, man, which is a very huge milestone already. Very huge, actually. I want to see if I can go to iQuantum leads. Oh, that's working absolutely perfect. It's working super perfect already. All right, so and then we have this here. Now I want this also to have a oh, well, I guess they'll go back here to sign up. So I'm gonna kind of find a better flow for that, right? Where they log in or whatever. Log in, I want to go actually there. All right, I want it to go here. Right. All right, so let me update my chat in ChatGPT, because when these type of things happen, the milestones, man, I'm super excited, because that tells me we're on the right track. All right, Then I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna let it know here. Now also you can see it's telling me a few more things I need to do. Alright, so it's basically giving me if they didn't work. Alright, but they did work. Alright, and then I can go ahead and delete this. This is major, man. And then I'm gonna definitely be, especially if you're part of the community here on iQuantumDigital.com, I'm gonna be, before the real launch, the full launch here, I'm gonna be giving out discounts to the community. Alright, different discounts, different trials, special trial offers, things like that, so we could get some things tested. Alright, we want to make sure everything works right. Alright, so let's get back here. That's monumental, man. Those type of steps. So we got the login working. Database is definitely hooked up as well, so that's perfect. Dashboard is working. Login is working. Authentication, the redirects are working when we need them. Alright. I'm gonna go here, and then at the bottom here I want to actually have AI is definitely, I mean, it's what I've liked to do with AI as well is really learn. It's really a great teacher. It's a super great teacher, right? If you know what you want to learn, you can pretty much learn anything. Alright, if you know what you want to learn, you can literally learn damn near anything with AI. Alright, and it'll break it down in super detail. Alright, this kid's doing full-on tutoring, right, with right, which is crazy. Kids in school, man, they're putting out AI schools now. So where will teachers be soon, man? I don't know. That's a question. That's a big question. You still need teachers though, you know. That human interaction is definitely important. Alright, so what we are doing now, we have literally just fixed one of the major bugs that we were running into last night. I said I need to go to sleep. But we literally just fixed it in a fraction of a moment here. It was dealing with a function. We had a function that was being used in the new, well, it was pretty much part of the community site authentication, right? Which is what I'm not using basically when we're putting an actual SaaS together. Yeah, it's literally all with AI. The power of AI now, I'm telling you, is going. It's a double-edged sword, though. Right? It's, I mean, people are scared of AI. All right? People are like, shit. This, I mean, think of Terminator. All right? Look, I let this bad boy know I'm happy. Now, look, I'm gonna tell it. We got this thing working. Change the file and refresh, and it worked. So now we can now log in, and I get to the dashboard. Alright, I'm gonna try to get a prompt basically that'll get us I'm gonna get a prompt basically to where I could start a new thread. Alright, I'm gonna tell it to summarize basically what we've been doing and what we've said, so I can take that into a new thread so we can start speeding it up. Because I probably have about 50,000 lines of code inside of this damn thread, and you can see the problem that runs into. All right, it has to remember all of that stuff, so it's alright. Let's see what we got here. Look at this. I mean, just to type out anything now is super forever. Alright, so I'm gonna tell it, let me know. And also I'm gonna let it know we're working on both sites, right? So we're working on the community site, iQuantumDigital.com. That's where anybody can subscribe. Those will be free. I'm gonna be also putting together a list of tools, and then we have the actual SaaS that we're building. All right, so and we're doing this all through Namecheap, all through cPanel, one shared hosting plan, which is great to start. I mean, honestly, great to start. All right, so since we want to get this new thread going, okay, yeah, once we get the new thread going, it'll be a whole lot faster. All right, now we can start working on the actual functionality. And well, actually first though, I want to recreate the home page, honestly. All right, the main page, so it will also be linking to the actual logins, right? iQuantumLeads.com home page over to basically reflect it needs to be reflect the connection with the app.iQuantumLeads.com. Alright, so this needs to be connected. Alright, basically for the logins. So right now we're not going to have any of the buttons to pretty much be functioning as far as payment, right? Connection with as far as the buttons. I know the send tables aren't set up yet, but the login and start for free. Pretty much the login really is the main one, and then I probably come up with like a registration page or something. All right, the login should be going to the app Quantum Leads login screen. See, this is why we need that new thread. I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna try to press it just for one more thing, because I want to get that portion at least. Since we have it. Alright. I like to ask it a question sometime just to make sure I'm on the right track. My thinking is right. Alright, so then while that goes, we're gonna go ahead and submit that. It may take a while in this thread, right? I'm gonna start prepping a new thread for our continuation. But so far, what we have done, man, is super crazy. Alright, it's super crazy. Right, we've created the main page. This is where anybody part of the community can sign up completely for free. Alright, now while I was building this, we ended up building out our very own email system from scratch. Alright, where basically we're setting up, we could set up forms anywhere, right? Any forms to any kind of funnel, basically, right? You could have multiple funnels, basically, depending on your products and things like that. And this works for any business, right? And it's completely for free, no third-party software needed, right? You don't have to pay any monthly subscriptions, anything. It literally costs just as much as the hosting, which was like 20 bucks, right? And what we've been able to do now, we've actually been able to set up an entire database for our subscribers, and then now we actually had set up yesterday the actual back end of the email, right? So I don't have to keep logging into the database itself, right? We have a whole functioning dashboard with tracking, with click tracking, everything, all right? So this is crazy, man. It's super crazy. And then we actually have the broadcast function as well. Alright, so I could actually come in here. We could use any one of our subscribers that's in a sequence and we could blast them out, right? Which is another major function, alright? And we'll be testing this live as well later today. But so far we have a dashboard here. Full on dashboard here, right? And this is what each user will have, right? They'll log in, they'll have their own account, and then they'll be able to pretty much set up their own email campaigns. Yeah. Set up their very own email campaigns that'll all be going out through their SMTP using our automation code, right? Very, very powerful. It's a very powerful and simple system, right? Alright, so we have AI right now. It's actually, like I mentioned, once the threads get so long, right, they have to work hard, right? It has to remember everything. It's 50, 60,000 lines of code in that one thread. Yeah, we've literally built this thing from scratch. From scratch. Alright, so right now, everything gets ready there. Definitely be sure to subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, because we do these daily. Okay, we do these definitely daily. And also, what you can do as well, if you really want to stay in touch, you could definitely join the community, iQuantumDigital.com. That's where we're giving out free tools, discounts for tools. As I'm learning and being updated, I'm letting you know, right? I'm definitely letting you know. Alright, so this is the backside of the email portion, right? Now, we just simply set up our own email address, and I could have an unlimited amount of these things, man, which is crazy. So we've set up ours here, and then from this email, and it's SMTP, we're able to send out all of our emails, right? All of them, right? To all of our subscribers. And now we're making it into a full-on SaaS. Yeah, it allows you to have. I used to buy email accounts as well. I used to buy all the email accounts, and then I don't even know how I stumbled upon this, man. Honestly, right? I was searching through Namecheap cPanel, man, and I'm going through here, and I'm like, damn, this has so many different functionalities, man. They let you host an unlimited amount of domains, right? And those are great plans as you're starting, right? Now, as you start scaling up your software and your SaaS, you're getting thousands and thousands of users. You could turn to your own server, right? Or you could buy a server and do it that way. But for starter, you know, if you're starting out, if you're testing ideas, this is yeah, that's one of the best ways you could do it. Right? You even have your databases here. So you have your backend here. You can run node projects, PHP. So this project is mainly in PHP. Right? I have several node project apps basically, and they're running Python scripts to do some backend and things like that. But the real key is knowing, to me, it was really just putting it in parts, right? You have your security, you have your database, and then you pretty much just have your front end. Yeah, those are the main keys there. All right, so looks like our main deal here has finished here in ChatGPT. All right, so let's see what it's saying here. That way we can continue smoothly. All right, so yes, exactly right. Now you have the app is working and login button on the, okay, it should point there. So I like I said, I like that question, so it could kind of let me know, or it'll tell me the real way. All right, so the best button route in here. All right, so best button routing right now on iQuantumLeads.com. Use these links for now. All right, that way it logs out app. That's perfect. Sends them to the login. It logs in app. That's perfect here. So the smartest main CTA is actually often here. All right. So that's exactly how we want to set this thing up. All right. What to do with the pricing buttons right now, since billing and plan provisions are not set up right now, you have three main options. All right, send all of them to the login, right? Good if you want simple flow, which is perfect. That's pretty much what I'm working on now. I want the flow to be right now. All right, send all of them to a getting started button to the app root. All right. That's clean long term. Basically, it'll just cycle them back to it. All right. So from what I'm seeing, that's just pretty much breaking down the options that we have, and then we're gonna pretty much tell it to go ahead and start coding this thing out. So my recommendation right now, the login button, this will go to this page here. The main CTA to just pretty much cycle back or go to the app, which will basically go to here, right? That's pretty much what that'll be doing. And then the pricing buttons now, if plans are not wired yet, which they're not, we'll be wiring those pretty soon. I'll just point those here. Or I could do a waiting list. Now that's an even smarter thing, right? That's a really smart thing, to set it up where they're all going into a waiting list. I'll have to set up some tables for that, but that's probably the best way. So we're pretty much setting it up to where iQuantumLeads is the marketing site, and then the app on the, or the subdomain, that'll be the actual software. All right. All right. So I don't have that before real users touch. Okay. Of course, we know the SSL will be putting that or getting that situated as well. Okay, for now. Alright, so now we're going to pretty much tell it to give us the full-on updated. We want that new updated login. And then once I do that, I'm going to start moving this over to a new thread. Alright. Yeah, this should definitely be fun as well. But the good thing about it, or the crazy thing about it, honestly, is that it's a pretty boring process, right? Honestly, nobody really, the more I build live, nobody wants to see that. I mean, it's a very few rare people, all right? Because it's a boring process, all right? It is, yeah. It's a, I mean, honestly, it's even boring to do at times, right? But it's like when you see it, right? You kind of see the functionality, see it as a big picture scope. You're like, hey man, I'm gonna do this. All right, so let's get this thing pretty much prompted for this. Updated. I want the new updated index PHP file for iQuantumLeads.com. Now once we get that, then we'll start working on a few other functionalities. But right now, like I said, this thing is great. I mean, iQuantumLeads is pretty much set up. I'm setting these buttons up basically. Alright, these here, I'm not sure how I want to do these now, honestly, because I mean, to set it up for the waiting list, I mean, we could definitely do that, which is what I probably will do. Alright, before lunch, you want to definitely have a waiting list. Alright, but this thing is coming out great. The main thing you can do now for sure, the best waiting list that we have set up already, iQuantumDigital, because there I'll be letting all of the subscribers know that, hey, iQuantum live or leads is live now. All right, then I'll be putting out some discounts and things like that. But it's a community of, as I learn, you learn. All right, we learn together. All right, so file, I only need one file here. With the updated button links also. All right, so I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm gonna let it pretty much build from that. Then after that, all I'm gonna do literally is prompt it to get us a new pretty much a prompt to be able to summarize everything, all the files we may need to drop into a new thread so we can start a new one. And that's going to speed us up, right? Like I said, this thing probably has 100,000 lines of code in this one thread, which is why it starts slowing down. All right, see, as you can see here, because then I have this one here. I mean, it works fine, all right? We can go in here and go. But as you can see in this thread, this one is taking forever. And that is because it's so many different messages in here. There's tons of code in here. It's already generated, so it has to, it's pretty much starts to slow it down. All right, so let's get that. So right now we're getting the new updated homepage for the actual SaaS. All right, so right now all of our buttons are pretty much non-functioning. as far as being able to log in here. Now the main dashboard here, this is where the actual SaaS will live. It's on the app root domain. So we're setting that up. And we literally just was able to get this thing set up to where we can now log in, right? It's not functioning internally yet. We gotta hook everything up, but we have all the code from our iQuantumDigital, right? And we can just pretty much drag it in there, tweak a few things, and then it'll be working here. And it'll be working for all the users. So that's the great thing. I'm gonna have a free tier as well on here. Right, I'm gonna be giving out some free different passes as well. Just so we can start getting some testing, right? I'm thinking of like giving our free accounts basically, so we can start getting reviews built up. And with the reviews, they start telling me exactly what I need to fix. So it's kind of best of both, right? Yeah, it's the best of both for sure. Alright, so let me go ahead and show you the dashboard. This is what we built yesterday, but we were finally able to log in to it for the first time today. Once we put the password. We had a few lines of code that was broken, or that broke it when we pretty much transported it over. Alright, so we have the full-on dashboard here, and that's currently working. And we'll have tracking as well, recent sends, and it's pretty much a dashboard so you can start getting all of your email stuff set up. Alright, each user. Alright, which is gonna be crazy, man. It's crazy. It's coming up together really good. Really good. Definitely, if you would like, man, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, because we literally do these daily. We're building everything, any idea I come up with, right? I'm like, hey man, if that's a great idea, let's build it in public. Let's build it out live. Alright, so here, let's see, we got the database there. And I believe this was the one here. Yeah. Alright, so now we're waiting for ChatGPT to actually finish up our last. See how slow it is now? I mean, when it has literally tons and tons of, thousands of lines of code, it literally slows it down. I started noticing that. I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? Right? Which is why I like these folders, right? Having these folders and things like that is, I mean, it's one of the greatest things. So while that loads here, all right, definitely, if you like, man, be sure to subscribe to iQuantumDigital.com. That's where we're giving all of the goods, man. All right, so it looks like it has fully updated the site here. Let's take a look here. Alright, so it looks like it's finished. I'm about to check and then we'll actually start that new thread, because this thread is slowed than a what? Alright. Alright, so we have a fully updated login page now. So to where our buttons will work. So like I mentioned, iQuantum Leads' buttons really aren't functioning like we need them to. Not going to the dashboard, anything, right? And we pretty much moved our email system, and we built inside of iQuantumDigital, and we've literally created a entire SaaS from it. So that's where we're building out now. Definitely be sure to join as well, man. iQuantumDigital.com. I'm gonna be giving giveaways. I'm also be, as soon as we start getting close to the launch, I'm actually be giving free accounts out to the SaaS to start testing this thing, right? So definitely be sure to join at iQuantumDigital.com to stay up to date at there. And we're gonna be learning together, right? We're learning, we're putting all this stuff together. It's really a great process, man. Alright, so I'm getting the new, this will be our new homepage actually we're working on here. Our new homepage that'll be inside of our Quantum Leads, alright? Alright, so let's go ahead and open this up here. See, there's just this one file, and of course it put the I actually had it to where to put all the CSS and Java all in one file. I need to split those up into its own assets, but as of now we'll just keep rolling with it. Yeah, AI is definitely going to be allowing people to do way more. Right? It's already allowing people to do way more. Right? Literally. You could literally be your own goddamn software developer. Alright? At the very least, right, you could put together a MVP. Alright? Just a minimum basic product, and then you could have that to be able to give to an actual developer to complete. All right. Now some of these AI softwares, they'll allow you to actually build out the whole damn thing. All right. They'll build out the whole thing, multiple files with thousands of lines of code in one whop. Right, one whole swoop, and it's like, damn, how the hell? It amazes me. But that's where we're going now. So the SaaS that we're coming out with now is literally the email system. It's a super email system, right? Where you can start having your own campaigns. But it was all spun from just the community site, right? iQuantumDigital. Alright, so let's go ahead and update this here. We should be good to go. And it's drastically shortened it, so let's see how that looks. That ain't bad. Let's see. It drastically changed it, didn't it? That's good for a start, but damn. Right, I'm gonna get what I'm gonna do. What I do like though, it took the login page out. Let's see how it actually functions though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually revert this back. Right, but before I do that, let's see how this works here. Alright, so the buttons are definitely going here. Pricing, that's perfect. And then these, alright, since we're logged in, let's log out. And it's pretty much what this is doing is putting the flow together, right? The actual flow is starting to work, alright? Everything basically comes here for you to log in. Alright, so that flow is pretty much good. What I want to do though is change the Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much coming out good. Yeah, the actual flow so far, and then we could actually come in here and test the login just to see. Oh shit, I forgot the password. Not good. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I mean, the flow so far is flowing, right? I mean, the flow so far of the software is actually flowing perfectly. And then once we pretty much hook up the other parts of it, I mean, that's pretty much the easy part. Then we'll start putting the database together. But once you log out, you'll go back here. You can come back to the home page. Yeah, so that's now starting to behave like an actual software page, right? Got the domain right. These parts are just pretty much going to the sections here, and then the login and access the portal, everything. These are now just going here, so that's perfect. That's perfect. All right, so now what I want to do though is change the actual home page back. All right, the home page we had, I mean, that bad boy was on fire. All right, so what I want to do here, I'm gonna save this here, and then I'm gonna actually drop this index page now back into it, because I like that layout. That layout was on point. So we're gonna probably have to come back in here and change this. Yeah, for like ChatGPT, like I said, once you start having too many damn uh like pieces of code inside of one thread, it's gonna start lagging. I mean, that's a fact. So this is the old one here. What I want to do is give it the old one and tell it to modify the old one with the right buttons, and then remove the we had like a login type of thing on there. I want to take that off actually. Yeah, this portion here. Alright, we want to take that off here. And then I'm going to be changing some of the limits as well. Alright, these limits are crazy high, especially for what I'm going to be charging for it. Alright, and then of course we're going to have a free tier, right? A really good free tier at that, right? Not just some type of crappy ass free tier, alright? Now stay up to date as well, because once this thing gets ready from iQuantumDigital is ready, I'm gonna pretty much be having like a waiting list of people to just basically get a free account. Alright, get a free account and you could test it for me, give reviews, and then also let me know what you think needs to be changed. Alright, yeah, what kind of updates you would like to see in the software. So that'll be soon. I mean, from what I'm looking at, the way we're able to build it, I mean, I'm thinking it's gonna be a lot sooner than later. It's gonna be a lot sooner than later. get back up here. I really want to start this new thread, but every time I'm close to starting it, it's like I need one more thing from this last thread. Which is what I'm gonna do is I need to create the sign up page. I need the or create account, right? I'm gonna have like an email verification, and then of course like the plan selection. I need to have all that working. All right, right now I have this, but not this. Okay. And I mean the ideas that come from AI, I mean literally it'll generate ideas for you. All right. You could have whole full-on brainstorming sessions with it. Like I've told it what we were doing, and then it pretty much told me, hey man, you need to make a software out of this. Alright, because we were just pretty much building it just for our main hub community site. And this is where you could actually sign up, get up to date stuff, and then follow the journey, man. Alright, if you're on a journey, share your journey as well. But that's where this is, you could do all of that here. Alright, all of that here, you could come down here and join for free. I'm gonna actually be working on later today is putting a pretty much a dashboard of AI tools together. Right, or just different tools I see useful. That's really what I want to do. Right, I'm gonna be doing that sometime today. But you can follow the build, come down here, you can subscribe here. We don't spam you. I'm not sending you crap. I'm literally sending you stuff as I learn, or different tools that I've learned about. I mean, it's literally all in one, and it's fun, man. It's literally one of the best things I've been able to do is build different software. All right, and just learn, right? Learning the process. So I need this thing to, we basically actually need to upload into it the last file, so we could actually start getting what we need here. Okay. Yeah, it just keeps going unresponsive. I'm almost close to leaving this thread, man. Let's just hurry it up. Let's just get this thread right, and get the last portion that we need out of here. Alright, so I'm pretty much telling it, hey, I need the index page to look like this, and change the buttons on here, and then also to remove because right now this is still good. I mean, this is a good workaround, but the one we had before this, alright, was so dope. And then you can see here we got the login page. This is the one we have, so I'm gonna actually renew this and then have different wording as well. Alright, this is the editing. So what I want to do as well is get rid of these login and sign up portion out here. Look at the frequently asked questions here. That's funny. These are just builder question placeholders. So even if you just use the AI to come up with templates, right? Also remove for now the log in and sign up fields. Field from the pic. So I'm gonna give it this picture so it'll know exactly what to remove, because I don't want this on here. Not on the home page, not yet at least, but I don't want that on there. So it's gonna pretty much spit me out a brand new, cause I like this theme, right? This theme and layout, I mean, it's dope. So I'm gonna pretty much just have it to edit this one, right? And then we'll just pretty much paste it back in. And then we'll start the new thread. Because we definitely need to by now. We definitely need to. Alright, so everything is there. Let's see here. This is the right home page. I need edited and not change much of the style, just buttons. Basically just button destinations I need changed. Okay. Alright. And then after this, we're definitely going to start the new thread. We're going to definitely start it. Because we need to now. Because this thing is running crazy slow. Alright, so while this runs, once I get this submitted, we'll take a short break here and we will be back here shortly. But first, let me make sure this thing gets submitted so we just come back, get the new, I want to just start by getting the new thread started, right? And then we can start building out iQuantumDigital's tool list, right? I'm going to start moving over to that. And what I'm thinking, I might do two separate, pretty much two separate threads probably, to really keep it focused and limiting how much it has to produce. Alright, but one for iQuantum leads and then one for iQuantumDigital. Alright, so we will be back here shortly. Definitely don't go anywhere. We'll be back. We'll continue building this thing out. Stay tuned. right, we are back. We are back. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see where we are here. ChatGPT, it is definitely I mean, it's pretty much lagging. I mean, it's taking forever. So like I said, we're going to be starting that new thread soon here. All right. But you could be following along. You could join the community completely for free. iQuantumDigital.com. All right, so let's see where we are here. So far though, this is the main page that we have. So I'm actually getting that redone. Actually, so we could have the right logins, because right now these aren't working, and we're removing this section. So we're doing a few updates, and then we'll actually be starting a new thread so this thing can start moving faster. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to have a new thread for I'll probably break it up into 2 different threads, honestly. That's probably the smartest thing to do. Alright. And then I'm gonna see which files we actually need to kick back in so it'll have more of a context. Because once you give it the context of what you're doing, then it'll know. Alright. Then it'll know, and then it can kind of continue smoothly. Still may give you some bugs like we had yesterday, but we'll be able to work through them. So right now we have it actually pressing up. It's actually making this next file here. Taking forever, but it's making it. Alright, and that's why we have to get that new thread out. Alright, so let me see where we are here. Got the database there. We don't need that anymore. Alright, auth is already set. That's perfect. Still making it here. But the files that we're going to be updating, right? That's going to be the main index file of iQuantum leads. Once we get that, it's pretty much the flow of the site will be pretty much in place temporarily. I mean, it's not functioning fully yet, right? So that's what we're working on. And it's still literally going. It's still going. So right now we're working on the onboarding system. So the onboarding system and everything, and then I could pretty much start bringing in the actual email functionality for each user, right? So we created our tables in our database, and then we're just pretty much bringing it all together, right? Slowly but surely. I mean, and then really it's actually fast, honestly, but some of these tools could do it so much faster. So we're just slowly working that out. And then right now we're looking to start a new thread inside of ChatGPT so we could actually continue. But so far, man, this thing has come miles away from where we started in 2 days, right? Just to give you a recap, right? We pretty much started our community site, right? This is where you can stay up to date with tools, things that I'm learning, even discounts and SaaS that I'm bringing out. But we actually created our own email campaign system from scratch, using no third party anything, no monthly fees, nothing. Which is, I mean, that still blows my mind. It's probably gonna keep blowing my mind pretty much. The more I think about it, right? And it works. That's the thing, right? You come in here, you can subscribe now to the newsletter, and then we'll put you on our list. But it works, man, right? So definitely be sure to check it out at iQuantumDigital.com. We're building this out from scratch live right now. But in the process of us building this out in the email system, and then we also was able to build out the dashboard, right? The back office of the email system for our site. ChatGPT said, hey man, all of these parts that you have actually need to be put into its own SaaS. And that's when me and ChatGPT had a great idea to build a SaaS, right? So we're building our first SaaS out here fully from scratch, and it's just off of the moving parts or the main parts of the email system that we had built in our iQuantumDigital, right? And being able to put this thing together has been, it's really crazy, right? And of course, I'm going to be giving out free accounts as well. So definitely, if you want to stay tuned and stay up to date with that once we start launching and things like that, you could definitely subscribe to iQuantumDigital.com, and that's where we're going to be letting everybody know about early access and everything. You can pretty much just follow the journey, right? Follow the journey, and then also share your journey, right? Share your journey. If you also are a super builder, an AI builder, programmer, anything, man, share your journey, because I'm always learning. But this has been a fun journey. Alright, so we're continuously putting this thing together here, and this was the layout that we are actually getting modified now. As you can see, we have ChatGPT still working. This thread by itself probably has about 100,000 lines of code, which is why this thing keeps bugging out on me. So I'm needing to take this into its own new thread. So I'm gonna have two separate threads basically, because today I want to start putting together the AI tool dashboard for you guys. And really it's gonna be more of just a tool dashboard. I mean, I kind of like, it's different tools. Some of them aren't AI based and some are. Alright, but we're gonna be putting this thing together for you all today. Pretty much the way I'm thinking of structuring it is a database, alright, where I could update the database, and then the actual table or the actual dashboard will be updated. Alright, and then we'll have a blog or resources, things like that as well. And then this will be its own functioning site. And then this one, iQuantum Leads, that's gonna be dope. Alright, so we're getting this first page set up before we can move on to two other separate threads. Alright, yeah, so right now what works is the app portion. So if you go here to app.iQuantumLeads.com, That's going to take you pretty much to the login for the actual app, which we literally just got this working finally. Then you can log in once you, I'm going to have it to where you can make your own accounts and things like that. But right now it's just in starting stages. All right. All right, so also you can follow us on Twitter. We've actually got a few different Twitter accounts, so I need to see which I need to see which one is the one, man. All right, so let's see here. All right, so this thing is still literally coding away. All right, it's literally, which is crazy to see, man. All right, it's literally still going. So we're gonna break this thing up into 2 different threads. Yeah, we're literally building this SaaS from scratch. And you can follow the journey as well and get access to tools and things like that that I'm putting out and find helpful at iQuantumDigital.com. But what we've worked on so far is the email super engine. The email engine, man, is completely set up inside of iQuantumDigital, which is so dope. So we're literally taking that engine out of this site and then we've turned it into a whole standalone software as a service. And of course, I'm going to be giving out free accounts, right? I'm going to be giving out free accounts once we're closer to launch. And you could get access. Stay tuned with that at iQuantumDigital. But we're going to be giving out free accounts. I'm going to need reviews. I'm going to need people to actually tell me what is broken on their end, what features they would like to see, things like that. And you can definitely stay tuned with that. Definitely be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, because we do these on a daily. So right now we're still working. We still have our ChatGPT. It is slow, and I mean super slowly in this thread, pushing along to code this last portion. Then we're going to be splitting that up into its own, pretty much 2 separate files, or 2 separate new threads. So far we have the login. We've just got this working, right, where we could get the logging into the actual back end of the app. I mean, it's crazy to see what you had as an ideal start being built, right? And you start seeing it. Oh man, this is actually coming to life. All right. So far we've got the dashboard up. No more functionality than that right now. We still need to hook the email engine up to it, but we'll be doing that shortly. But right now everything is pretty much functioning. This is the main part I'm needed functioning. And then what we're updating now is literally the we're updating the actual home page. All right. So the home page definitely needs updating, and I want these buttons to actually be functioning properly. And this ChatGPT is so damn slow, dude. I'm gonna have to restart it. It's taken like probably 20 minutes so far on this one thread. Who else has that problem? Right? Who else has seen that problem where you've probably had one super long thread and your thread just starts going so slow? Alright, it has so much in memory. But this software is definitely something, yeah, we've literally built this from scratch. All with the help of AI. Alright. All with ChatGPT at that. Alright, no, because there's a lot of tools actually coming out now. Especially, I mean, these different agent type of tools where they'll do the work for you, right? You tell it one thing and it'll go and make literally everything you need. It'll hook up to all of these different other tools basically through MCPs. And it's pretty much giving the AI functionality. It's like giving it hands and feet, all right? And it could do stuff for you. I still look at ChatGPT as an agent. I mean, that's the first one that came out, made a boom, man. Right, and it's still to this day to me one of the best ones to have. Alright, so let me see if the page is actually back right. So we're gonna be literally fixing these. See this like the password and all of the sign in stuff. We want to take all of that out. I want to literally take that out and then replace the buttons basically to where they're functioning to go now to the actual app side, right, and let you log in and things. And then the main page is pretty much for marketing. This is the marketing pretty much page here where we'll also have like our blog and things like that. But then you come in and log into the SaaS, and that's what's on the subdomain. Alright, so looks like we now have our newly updated index file. Alright, so we're going to be having it to where we could create user accounts, things like that. And I'm trying to debate whether I want that working first or or the actual email engine. It's probably going to be the user engine because that's pretty all together in a sense. All right. Yeah, I definitely have to start this new thread. I probably have about 100,000 lines of code in this one thread. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get the new updated file here. Once we do that, I mean, we're pretty much done with this thread, right? And then we can start adding in the different functionalities. But it's definitely coming together, right? And this is the SaaS that I'm gonna be giving free accounts to soon. Once we're closer to launch, we're gonna be releasing free accounts to people that's on iQuantumDigital's email list, right? To everybody that's part of the community. Anything I drop, I'm giving definitely free access to, to a limited amount of people. And then also for that access, I just ask that you give me your honest review. Also, any critiques, right? So we can make it better, of course. All right, and you can sign up as well here. All right, so we have our new file. Let's get that copied over here, and then I'm gonna actually tell it to. All right, let's see it. Cross your fingers now, because this is one of the moments of truth here. All right. Also, you can see we had the iQuantumDigital. This was literally a new site here, right? And we've pretty much built this thing out fully now with its own email capturing system. This was completely done for free. I don't have any third-party software. You can watch the previous streams as well to see us do that, and also learn how to do it. All right, so here now, let's go ahead and refresh this. This should now take us to where we need and be fully updated. All right, I'm liking it already. Let's get our music back good here. All right. Our buttons are looking good here. All right, that's perfect. Now, of course, I'm changing it as well. I don't know, like an email outreach. It's not going to be a cold email blasting type of software. It's more of your client nurturing, your list nurturing. All right. All right, but so far, man, this is looking perfect. Everything now is just reverting to the login screen, all right, which is perfectly fine for now. I like that flow for now. You can see the features here. And then as we log in, we can come in here and actually log in. And there's our dashboard. So I mean, that workflow so far works. So far, and then of course, like I mentioned, this isn't hooked up to our to the actual email engine just yet. Not yet. We'll be actually connecting that soon here. But right now, man, this flow is working. And then of course, we need to have it to where we can create users. Right? Users can come in and create their own account. Of course, have a free account as well. You'll have a free account, and then of course you'll have these other accounts, right, giving you better access. But I'm liking this already. I'm actually loving it. All right, so next portion here, let's go ahead and prompt finally this long thread that we have. I'm pretty much going to prompt it to give me prompts for 2 new threads. One for iQuantumDigital and then one for iQuantum Leads. And then you can see the updates that we just literally made. Alright, these are literally the updates that were just made here. The updates are minimal and only touch routing, right, plus the portal block, right, which is perfect. That's all we needed. So here you can see we'll go to login, we'll go to the app, which also reverts back to the login. Everything pretty much goes to the app now. Footer login now goes to the app as well. And then the old demo login sign in page, that was removed. Alright, so now it's telling me the next portion is wiring up the real sign up flow. Right, this will start giving you guys access. Now once we have users, then we could put in our database, right, the user capabilities, right, for each tier. Right, each tier will have their own capabilities, so we'll start putting that together. But right now, man, our quantum leads is up and rolling, not functioning just of yet. We have to connect a few things, but you could definitely stay tuned. Get ready for it at iQuantumDigital.com where you can subscribe. Alright, so now I'm gonna actually split this thing up into 2 different prompts. So as of yet, we have not set up like the Google console and things like that. Those are very important as well. I need to start setting it up on at least iQuantumDigital, right? Which is the community site, right? And that's where we're teaching. As I'm learning, you're learning, right? As I'm updated, pretty much you're updated. And that's all. You could also go through our email sequence that we've just set up there. And you could actually see it working for yourself, right? You could literally see it working for yourself. Sign up at iQuantumDigital.com. See how the actual email flow is working and know as you see it that it's completely free. Completely free. It's no watermarks. I don't have link marks and different, hey, sign back up here or come back to our page and buy the program. There's no program to buy. Right, which is crazy. All right, so let's go back here. Now we're going to start prompting ChatGPT from our old thread. We need 2 new threads started. Okay, I want to now start 2 new threads, chats or whatever. And I'm pretty much just telling it, and it's so slow in this thread, it won't even type fast, right? Alright, so we're still putting this together. Let's just see here. So I want to have a chat for iQuantumDigital.com build and a separate one for iQuantum Leads SaaS build. I need very detailed prompts. So what I'm pretty much going to tell it, give me a detailed prompt so it'll basically know exactly where to pick up, and then also tell me the files to provide it and the least amount of files that I can give it, right? So it could have a better context and how we have things structured and labeled and things like that. So as it continuously builds, everything will be congruent, right? Everything will be together, right? And if you're building with AI, let me know what tools are you using, or and what software or sites are you all building? Because I mean, that's where the fun gets to be, is when you actually start building something. And with AI, you literally don't even have to know how to code to pretty much get your first site up. All right. If you haven't even started building a site, you can literally get a site up in less than a minute now. All right. Buy your hosting and get a site up. All right. Literally. So I need very detailed prompts. So the new thread will know exactly what we have done and what we are, basically what we're building. I need to know the files to give each thread also. I need to know the files to give it so it'll know exactly to give each thread. Let's see, each new chat thread, so it will not break anything and know exactly. And I'm gonna show you all this prompt as soon as we finish it up here, but this is how I pretty much we move from one thread, or even if it's one software, right? Even if it's one AI software to a different AI software, you want to be able to start a or continue a project in a different one. You can pretty much just give it the right prompt, right? And know exactly what and where everything is, if any. So I need to know the files to give for each, and I need two full prompts. All right, so, and this is literally how I prompt, right? This is how I get to prompting, right? And it's gonna give me two prompts to start two new threads, where we're gonna have the community site, the iQuantumDigital. All right, this is where you could all join. This is where you'll have access to tools, discounts, SaaS that I'm building, things that I'm learning. Everything is through this site, iQuantumDigital. And then the actual software, SaaS, is iQuantum Leads. All right, so we're going to be breaking those two into two separate threads here. All right, so it should know exact. Oh well, I gotta show you all this. So this is the prompt here that we have, right? And excuse the mixed spelling, but the good thing is that when I'm typing fast, you could even misspell, and this thing could know exactly what you're talking about. So basically, what I'm telling it, I want now to start two new threads or chats, and I want to have the chats. I want to have a separate chat for the community site, iQuantumDigital, right? And I want to build in a separate thread for iQuantum Lead SaaS build, right? So I need very detailed prompts so the new thread will know exactly what we have done and what we are building, okay? And I need to know the files to give each of the chats so that it does not break anything, okay? You do not want to start misspelling or changing variables and things like that, because that will literally break your entire code, right? So we're gonna have that being put together now, and then once we get those two new threads together, then we'll be back here shortly, and then we'll actually start continuing the build But like I mentioned, you can stay up to date. You can get everything that we know and stay up to date with the whole journey at iQuantumDigital.com. And we'll be back shortly. We're going to take a small break here, and we will be back once we have these new threads set up. All right, we are back. We are back, man. We finally got the prompt back. All right, so we were waiting on this prompt from our super long thread. The threads get slow, man, after you have so much in there. All right. So right now we're gonna get this thing set up. This is gonna be major, man. We're gonna start setting up the database for the users, and then to where you all can start logging in. All right. So once you could log in, you could come in, make an account, right? But everything right now is up and running. All right, and we're gonna be, once we get closer to launch, the closer to launch, the more you're gonna want to be part of the community, iQuantumDigital. All right, iQuantumDigital is completely free, but this will be letting you know any updates, any software, anything that we're coming out with. We're gonna be having test groups, okay? Test groups, man, and you could pretty much lock in a free account, all right? Lock in a free account to help build this thing out. All right, so we have the new prompts here. The new prompts, I'm actually separating the iQuantumDigital thread and the iQuantum Leads thread. All right, so the SaaS, the actual software, is iQuantum Leads. Okay, iQuantumDigital, that's everything dealing with everything, pretty much. That's our community page. So if you want to stay up to date, follow the journey, share part of the journey, stay up to date, go ahead and subscribe to iQuantumDigital and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, liked the channel and the video, man, because we do these daily. We do these daily. Why? Because it's fun, man. It's fun building out different assets, right? Building software and mobile apps, things like that. I'm figuring is like pretty much like the new real estate, man. That's pretty much what it seems like it is, right? It's a different form, and with all of the different tools out here now, you pretty much don't have no kind of excuse not to participate, right? I don't even care if it's just a simple blog, man, right? Just get something up, man. So we're going through Namecheap for all of our hosting. Everything is being hosted there. And it's been a great deal, right? Namecheap, they pretty much, I think we got a, pretty much to where you could host an unlimited amount of domains. Now I like those plans because they allow you to test quickly, and you could pretty much scale as far as how many different software you want to come out. And then as each of those software grow, then you could pretty much start to get your dedicated servers if you need, right? All right, so let's get this chat going here. Let's see where we are. And it's always when I need it, right? It's so much in this thread, like I mentioned, man, that it is super slow. So that's why we're starting 2 new threads. We're separating the community page and the actual software, right? We're separating those into 2 separate threads. Alright, so let's see. I need the 2 prompts. So it's going to tell me the actual prompt to give back to ChatGPT. And then it's going to tell me the files that we need to share. Alright, so it doesn't break anything. Because that's the last thing you want to do when you've spent all of your hard time and energy, late nights, right, coming up with these different software, and then you go into another thread or even another software and you change one variable and now your whole software is broken, right? We don't need that, right? So we're gonna have this thing, we're gonna start feeding this stuff back in once we get these 2 threads rolling here. All right, so we pretty much have them here. I'll let you see these threads actually. All right. And I wish, I mean, if you guys could see how slow this thing goes, I'm pretty much convinced that the more that the thread has as far as needing to keep and remember, and it's producing all of the lines of code, it slows down, right? Who else has had that problem? I'm sure I'm not the only one. Alright, so we have some pretty detailed prompts here. Now, if this thing would speed up and let me scroll, I would show you all. Here we go. Alright. So we have actually two prompts, two very long detailed prompts, and it's pretty much summarizing what we've done and then what we're about to do and everything, right? So I pretty much told her that we're pretty much needing to split into two new threads. I'm splitting iQuantumDigital, the community page, and iQuantum Leads, which is the actual software, right? And we're going to be splitting those and working in two different threads on those, which is now I'm seeing is actually for the best, especially as you see this thing starts to lagging. Alright, so this is the first prompt. This is for the community page. And if you aren't already subscribed to the iQuantumDigital, definitely be sure to, because this thing is going to be blowing up soon. Alright, so with iQuantumDigital, this is our new thread here, right? And it's telling it everything, man. Look how detailed this prompt is, right? It's telling it the domain, the layout, the actual tech stack that we have, right? This thread is only for iQuantumDigital, right? iQuantumDigital. It's telling it about the current project's purpose, right? So it'll know exactly what we're doing, what's the purpose of the website. And then it's telling it the current working systems that we have, right? I mean, it's pretty a super detailed prompt here. And that's how you want to prompt going into new threads with a current project, right? You do not want to start giving it half-ass prompts. You want to be as super detailed as you can. And what I've pretty much done is allowed the AI, allow ChatGPT to come up with the prompt. You don't have to do it, right? Alright, and then it's going to tell me the files that I need to include, alright? And then we're literally going to start feeding all of this back into ChatGPT, alright? Literally. And if you want the thread to understand the current homepage or brand context, I'm going to also feed it in the index page, right? And then for iQuantum Leads, the actual SaaS, we have a whole nother prompt, right? And that's where this starts to be real powerful. Really, really powerful. Alright, so I'm gonna actually set up a because it's gonna be a lot of files we need to go ahead and put in here. I'm not sure the limit of files we could actually put in at one time. I'm pretty sure we can't put in all of them here, or they may have updated to where we can, so we're gonna see. Alright, so I want to actually Alright, so I'm gonna actually start feeding this in here. See how slow this is? Look, it's always when I talk about it, it wants to say I'm not slow. Alright. So I'm gonna actually start the first thread here. All of it'll be into the iQuantity. I don't know why I keep saying iQuantity. iQuantum Leads. I want to actually start with working more on iQuantumDigital, which is really a good reason why I did that, to split them up. Alright, let's see here. All right, so we have, I mean, look at this, man. Currently working, app status here. Database works. This is literally how you want to prompt a new piece of pretty much any kind of new, if you're moving software even, right? But you want to prompt new threads and even new software. And then see here how it gives it all the instructions that you need, right? So what I started to learn is that, okay, I could come up with a great prompt, right? But what's even better is to feed your prompt back into ChatGPT and tell it to come up with an even better prompt, right? And that's been one of the main skills and one of the main realizations, I would say, because I mean the skill is pretty much just a realization that, hey, I don't have to come up with the prompt, right? Hey, I could come up with it, right? All right, so files to include here. We're gonna include the actual marketing page file so it'll know any home page CSS and assets. That's perfect there. And then we're gonna start literally loading up all of these files here, and then it tells me the best way to do so. All right, so the best way, paste the prompt and then upload the iQuantum files here. All right, that will keep both threads clean and stop the two projects from getting mixed together. And if you want, I could also use a third mini prompt just for a current folder file map. All right, I'm not going to worry about this extra mini prompt. All right. All right, so what I want to do now, I'm gonna actually start with the iQuantumDigital. So we're gonna set this first thread up, and we're gonna get all the files that we need, and then we're gonna literally start pasting it into the new thread so we can continue here. So later on tonight, what I'm thinking, I may do this tonight, but I want to actually start working on the actual tool database on iQuantum, right? So the actual database would be dope, alright? That'd be real cool. Once we do that, I'm thinking like before the blog, I want to start getting set up with the Google Search Console and analytics and any tracking that we're going to be doing, so we could have all of our blog posts and anything that we actually create will be structured right. Now what I've done on another site that we've actually come up with here, Hunt for Trades, is a great thing for the blog, right? Instead of hosting the blog or pretty much having each individual blog post file, it's all part of a database. So I pretty much load the blog into a database and it keeps everything uniform, it keeps the tracking good, right? Because it's all part of this template page, right? And that was a hell of a cool trick there. Alright, so I believe we have our new prompt here. Then I'm gonna start downloading the files here. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so we're getting our iQuantumDigital going here, and then I'm gonna start getting these files here. See which files we need actually. See how slow this bad boy is moving? The other window I have with ChatGPT and a new thread is so fast. So that tells me that it slows basically based on the thread, which makes sense, I mean, duh. Alright, so I'm gonna start getting out these files here so we can start uploading them. And I'm really thinking I'm gonna just pretty much upload as many as I can. I'm gonna just pretty much download everything and then upload what I can. It'll tell me if it's too many. It will tell me. Alright. thinking also I'm gonna give it like a copy of the like the folder structure so it can kind of see. All right. Uh-oh. We have iQuantumDigital. There we go. Okay, I could delete some of these here. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna start to give it screenshots as well. So files and screenshots pretty much of the folder structure. Alright. Then we're gonna literally start getting all of these files in here. I need to edit one of the files here, which is the config file. Alright. So right now we're literally just getting these files off of the server, and then I'm gonna feed them back into ChatGPT, so it would pretty much have the context of everything. It'll have the whole project pretty much. Then I probably may even take this as a screenshot, right? So it could kind of further understand, hey, these folders or files go here, right? So you want to give it as much context on your first prompt, right? That's the whole point. You want to give it all the context it needs so it doesn't have any room to start making mistakes. You don't want it guessing and all of that type of stuff. All right, you want to be very, very detailed. All right, so we have our config file. I'm gonna see how many files we can load in here at one time. It'll be good if we can load all of them. All right, if we can load all of them, and it'll pretty much have everything, right, in one whole swoop. No guesswork. So right now, AI is pretty much advancing like on a daily basis, man. It seems like it's always something new, right? Is that just me, or does it seem like something is always new coming out? It's like, damn, that's something else that just came out. Alright, so we got 5 files there. Oh man, we're back to this funny shit where it won't even let me upload the files, man. Now we were able to do this yesterday. And now it's back to giving me that same issue. Maybe if we could probably try to start a new thread again. I don't know. It makes no sense why that happens, right? Especially when it just let me do it. Alright, we're gonna try again. It's like, just put the file in there, man. You gave me the file, let me upload it. Alright, we restarted it and it let me upload it that time. That's perfect. Alright, so we're gonna just literally go down the line and upload all of these. Then I want to actually take a picture of pretty much the structure here. Alright. See, this thread is still operating real slowly. Alright, so we have those files. We're now going to add the root files here. And that's what's in our root domain. So we have subscribe, thank you, and I believe the unsubscribe. Damn, did we go too far? Let's see. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, no, unsubscribe. Alright, so let's get those in there now. So I'm literally just creating the new prompt. We're making a new prompt for the iQuantumDigital. And then we'll do literally the same process for iQuantum leads. Okay, so we were able to upload those. Now we're gonna I want to do all the admin first, really. For sure, the cron jobs here was super important, so I'm gonna get that going here. Let me see. Let's go to the admin. I pretty much, I mean, for what I'm working on now, let me go ahead and give it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 files. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's pretty much it. 1, 2. Come on. So we got the broadcast, the dashboard file, the login. I think the last files I'm gonna probably put in here are the cron jobs files. The big one for the email sequence is the send sequence and the subscribe. So that's what's handling the logic to send the actual emails. Alright, so we now have all of our admin files, and then lastly, I'm gonna put in our cron job files. Now once we get this thread set up, like I mentioned, we're pretty much just gonna set the same thing up for our quantum leads, and that's the actual SaaS, right? Alright, let me see how many, I'm not even sure how many files I have in here now. But I definitely want to give it a screenshot of this, right? So to kind of know the organization of everything. All right. And then I'm gonna drop in. I'm thinking of dropping in the. All right. So the last file we had was the subscribe file. And then we just downloaded all of our admin files. So it was what, 7 files I believe there. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm pretty much pushing ChatGPT to the limit because I'm giving it literally all of the files. I'm not giving it some of the files. I'm literally dumping everything in there. All right, so the last files I want to give it are the did we do the cron job? Log out, log in. All right, so we need to send the send sequence and the see, I don't have a process broadcast. Oh yes, I do. I need to get that. All right, so we're gonna put these last files in here. I don't think I got them here. Yeah, I did actually. I don't see them. Oh yeah, I got them. Okay. So we already have our send sequence. Now for the I want to edit the config file, and that's just simply just to remove any of our login information. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save this config file without that, really, and then I'm gonna drop the stuff back in pretty much. I wish I could do it. Let me see how I'm thinking of doing it. Pretty much I could take out the passwords. That'll help. I mean, I can take out the passwords out of there. The database password and the and I could put like redacted or something. Yeah, passwords are redacted, and then I'm gonna save and I'm gonna drop that new config file in there. Alright. That way it'll have everything, it'll know the variables, but it'll not have the passwords in there. Alright, I'm gonna save that again. And this is a pretty long prompt, but it's really worth it, right? And I'm gonna show you the overall prompt once we finish it up here. So we got the new config. I have the send sequence as well. Let's make sure that send sequence was what was jacking us up the other day. Alright, so we have the whole cron account. We got the admin, the track, and the root. I'm gonna add the index probably, and the index and the tracking codes, right? Okay, so we got that. So the index page we want to give it, and then the what was it? The track. All right. So for that, it's just our email tracking capabilities. So that's 2 files, 2 programs pretty much that allow us to track the email open and the link clicks. Now this is one of the this is literally a super prompt here. All right, it's a super prompt, but it's worth it because when you start a new thread, you do not want to leave ChatGPT up to guess what the hell you're trying to do. Right? You want to tell it exactly. And it's a lot better to take that time to prompt it first, or prompt it right the first time, right? And I believe I have my index. Let me see here. Index file. I think that's the last file we need to add. Yeah. Okay. And the index file. I thought I had the index file. Let's see. Index, yeah. So let's add the index to it here. I'm gonna add the index, and then I'm gonna add literally 2 screenshots, and then we'll be finally done here. All right, I'm gonna add a screenshot of this because this is showing it kind of the file structure, the folder structure. Okay. I don't know why it's moving this one here or not though. That's because this one is so slow now. Which is why we're changing threads, right? So once we give it these last 2, pretty much just this last, this is pretty much the last folder we need to give it. Or the last picture, the last file. That's for iQuantum leads there. Alright, here we go. So I need to give it this really. Core files here. This is all we need now. Alright, now this is the new master prompt for the, this is for the new thread. It's a lot, but it's well worth it, right? It's well worth it when you first start a new thread, right? So of course we have literally all of the instructions here. And then, okay, it's literally telling it the entire layout, right? It's telling it everything we have done for iQuantumDigital. Right, and it's telling it it's only for our iQuantumDigital. Right, and then so once we start this thread, man, this is on. And then we are also giving it all of the necessary files so it could keep variables and pretty much the layout and everything working in the same. And then I've given it also the file structures, right? And I don't see the one of the other pictures we gave it here. I'm gonna add one more picture just for safety measures. Just to be sure it knows, right? I want to add a actual picture of the entire deal here. All right, so now the moment of truth, we're gonna run this master prompt, and this tells the new thread exactly everything we needed to know to continue a full-on project with no guesswork, right? This leaves literally no guesswork here. No guesswork. All right. And the thing with AI, man, it's like, it's so smart, but if you let it, it can do some dumb stuff, right? So giving it the right instructions makes it not have that ability, right? See? All right. There we go. There we go. We've literally given it all of the files. We've given it the file structure, the folder structures, and all of the necessary files. I've redacted the password so there's no security. It'll tell you, hey man, you shouldn't have given me that password, you need to change it. So just so we don't have to do that, and then we've literally given it a super long master prompt here along with the files and folder structure so it can continue. Now it says I got it locked. I'm locked into the iQuantumDigital internal email system context for this thread. It's reviewed the actual files and it literally knows everything, right? The setup matches the internal hub. I mean, this is perfect here. I also confirmed the logic you described is reflected in the code, so that's perfect. So it's actually gone through literally all of the files, all of the code, and it's literally made sure that we are literally ready, right? So we're in a good place. There it is. I'll treat this thread as, there we go. And tell me the next change you want and I'll build it around this exact version. So now we know the new thread is literally locked and ready. All right. And then the only thing lastly is just to do the exact same thing for our quantum leads. And then you continuously build. All right. So we'll be building out next the actual dashboard of AI tools, right? For iQuantumDigital. Okay. So the actual community hub, we're gonna have a list of tools basically. Anything that I find helpful, we're gonna be listing it. All right. It's gonna be one big database. All right. So definitely stay tuned. That'll be it for this stream. Definitely like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're coming in late after the stream, don't worry, we do these daily. So lock in, definitely like, subscribe, and be sure to subscribe to iQuantumDigital.com where we have our community being built. We're building our own community where we're teaching as we're learning, right? All right, so stay tuned, be ready. Let's get it, guys. Stay blessed.